Alright, welcome back! This is Tangled Heart, and I'm playing Milo Investigations, True Blue Scootaloo. Right now, we are on our way to the Carousel Boutique to confront Rarity on the fact that, hey, the Kingmark Crusaders were at the Carousel Boutique. Did you see them? Well, not at the Carousel, but you know what I mean. Okay, let's see. Hey, Rarity! Last night. Or do we have to present the evidence first? To profile Scootaloo. Present.
Rarity, I hate to say it.
There we go.
I don't think you're telling me the whole truth here.
Alright, cause Twilight is assuming that she thinks that Rarity thinks Scootaloo stole the True Blue, and well, maybe she's. Oh wait. No, maybe she thinks that. Well, you'll see.
Why, darling, whatever do you mean? I dare say I resent your accusation, my dear.
Alright then, let's look at this a different way. How quickly did you come downstairs after you thought something was wrong?
Immediately, of course, but I don't see what relevance that has to anything.
I don't have all the answers here, but neither does Rarity. Maybe I can get her to talk, if I make it seem like I know more than I really do.
Wow. In other words, lie. Coming from the pony who's supposed to represent everything about friendship.
Rarity, I spoke to Applebloom
But
earlier
that's
and
simple.
learned that she witnessed Scootaloo crashing through your window last night.
Whoa.
I also learned that Scootaloo stayed for roughly a minute before leaving the boutique. Now, if you came downstairs immediately after hearing the crash, don't you think you might have seen something?
I mean, that is... I suppose you do have a point.
Thanks, Celestia. It worked.
Alright, last night has been unlocked.
You are correct, Twilight. I did see Scootaloo last night. I did not know what to make of it, and meant to protect her. I do apologize for not being forthright about it.
I understand, Rarity. If that investigation team from Canterlot comes here and finds any of that out, what do you think their conclusion is going to be?
You do have a point, I must say.
Alright, last night
Time to get to the
added to
bottom of it.
interrogations. Now, this is a tough interrogation. Well, not a tough one, just it took me forever to figure it out because, like, it gives you no room for...
All right, Rarity.
You'll
Please
see.
tell me everything you know about what you saw last night. I can't help if I don't have all the details.
Of course, Twilight. I shall do my best. I finished my work for yesterday earlier than expected, so I had wanted to get my beauty sleep. I have been somewhat deprived, given that a certain client had made several last-minute orders.
Okay. I had finally fallen to a blissful, restful sleep when all of a sudden... Okay, why is that word emphasized? I awoke to find the sound of a loud crash coming from the first floor. Well, I was scared out of my wits at that moment, so I made great haste downstairs to see what in Celestia's name was going on. What I found there was awful, terrible, horrible. The first floor of my boutique, ransacked, ruined, torn apart. Oh, what is the mayor to do? Worse still, True Blue, my prized jewel, was gone, snatched from my very home. And worst of all, the very first thing I saw when I arrived was an orange-purple pony darting at my door. I cannot explain what I saw any other way than to say that Scootaloo purposely broke into my boutique to steal True Blue. What other explanation could there be? Okay, that's the end of the alibi. That's the end of the testimony. Okay, that's the word. And you can see, like, while with the interrogation with Applebloom, it sort of had an obvious opening for, like, hey, she says that she wasn't near the Carousel Boutique, but we already had evidence that she was at the Carousel Boutique. But here, there isn't really anything like that. So, it took me a while to figure it out, and, let's see.
Worse still, True
oh.
Blue, my prized jewel.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just a glitch that you couldn't get it to sound when you're going up and down. You have to actually click. Okay. Anyway. Da, da, da. No. Okay, present evidence. I think you have to present this here. Present.
Wait a second.
Alright!
I know that this is going to sound entirely irrelevant, but I think I have a lead on what might have happened to Opalescence. At least, if not True Blue.
What I just presented was the hair and the window. Because, like, because one thing is, Verity didn't mention that she saw Scootaloo with the True Blue, and that by the time she came downstairs, Scootaloo was inside, but the True Blue was gone. And you'll see later.
Oh, do tell, darling. Although I do admit that I must agree, in that I can't see how this is relevant to what we're discussing here.
I found some white hair right near the tracks outside the window, and judging from their length and color, I don't think there's anyone else they could have come from other than Opalescence. As a result, I think we can reasonably conclude that if those tire marks are from Scootaloo, then it's entirely likely that she crashed through your window completely by accident, not purposefully.
Okay, that's the conclusion you draw. Okay. Well, the other stuff I said rings true too, I think.
She was probably trying to avoid crashing into Opal, which may well have spooked Opal into running away.
Really? But then, that makes things all the more peculiar. Because it is still the fact that she must have stolen True Blue, no?
Not necessarily, because did you see her with the True Blue?
Let me ask a very important question before answering that.
Okay, is there another way in or out of the boutique? Do you lock your door each night, or do you think that Opal might have stolen the True Blue? Anyway, the right question you're supposed to ask is, do you lock your door each night?
Do you, by any chance, keep your door locked when you go to sleep at night?
Why, yes, of course I do. But I don't see what that has to do with anything.
One follow-up question then. Do you also bring an Opal from outside when you go to bed?
Of course! The poor dear, I couldn't leave her to fend for herself at night.
Then I think we've established something even more important than the accidental break-in.
Yep. As Twilight will explain here, if Opal was inside and the door was locked, why was Opal outside for Scootaloo to swerve against? Swerve from, like...
Twilight, I must ask that you be more direct, as I am not following one word you're saying.
All right, let's think about the facts of the case thus far. We know that you heard a crash and came downstairs to see Scootaloo quickly leaving your boutique. We can reasonably conclude that she probably was responsible for the broken window. However, we also know that the broken window was likely an accident, and that she had veered off course with her scooter because she was avoiding Opal, who was immediately in front of her path. You just told me, though, that you bring in Opal and lock your door at night. So that raises perhaps the most interesting question of all here. Namely, what was Opal doing outside in the first place?
But she would have gotten out when Scootaloo opened the door, would she not?
But she swerved to and broke the window when Opal was out there, so...
That's not possible. Think about it. When was it that she veered to avoid Opal?
Right before she crashed through the window.
I trust you're beginning to see my point. If indeed your door had been locked and had remained that way until Scootaloo left, there would have been no way Opal would have been outside in the first place.
But that would mean that some pony else was in my boutique as well?
Sonny had broken in before.
Exactly. I think we can reasonably conclude at this point that there at least is the possibility that someone else had entered your boutique before Scootaloo.
the possibility. I mean, what other possibility is there? Because, like, how else would Opal be out?
And that they're the ones who opened the door so that Opal could get out. The question now, though, is who that would be. And that's just what I'm going to find out.
Alright. Updated profile.
Well, good luck with that.
Same tone as Apple Bloom.
Are you still doubting me after all this, Rarity?
Well, it's just hard to see you as a detective.
Why?
Tell me, who was right about Nightmare Moon?
You, darling, but
And who solved the mystery of the
you again, but I really...
And who recognized that Princess Cadance had been replaced by a fake?
Once again, you, but you see...
So, why does no pony ever listen to me?
Well, I suppose it's that eventually you must be due for getting something wrong. Wouldn't you agree?
I could explain the many reasons that argument doesn't hold any water, but by the time I even got to Bray's theorem,
Bray's theorem?
the Canterlot investigative team would have gotten here and convicted Fluttershy of something like running an illegal bear fighting club. Probably best to drop the subject now, while I have the chance.
Alright.
Sure. That, makes sense, I guess.
It makes sense a little bit, but not really.
Anyways, I'd best be off. More investigating and such like.
Wait, wouldn't your next course of action be investigating the boutique? You know, to maybe find clues as to who it was that broke in the first time?
Thanks for the help, Rarity.
Anytime, my dear.
Where do I go from here, though? It feels like
Inside
I've
the
talked to just
boutique.
about every pony. Other than Scootaloo, of course. Wait, Scootaloo. Scootaloo, that's it! I haven't talked to all the Cutie Mark Crusaders yet. And if Applebloom is involved, then the others probably are as well.
Actually, you probably already know at least Sweetie Belle's involved because you saw Apple Bloom talking to Sweetie Belle.
Now, if I recall correctly, I can get to their clubhouse via the western exit of the town square. It's worth a shot, at any rate.
Now it says you can now go to Sweet Apple Acres, but it's just your clubhouse. I was really disappointed at that. Alright, exit, because there's nothing more to talk to Rarity about at this moment, and this has been 13 minutes long already, so I'm just going to end this here. So, bye every pony, see you next time.